get that denture fixed because you know what? You cannot
go to church like that.
Oh, this is Fred Hoyer coming to you from Bayway Lincoln, a part of the Bayway Honorable. Fred Hoyer and Bayway Lincoln, a winning tradition for 25 years. Where services need great savings and great service with Bayway Way. Call Fred Hoyer today here at 281-929-6500 and get great savings on your next new or pre-owned. On your Lincoln Navigator, Lincoln Aviator, Lincoln Corsera, Lincoln Novels, Lincoln Continental, and the Lincoln MKC. Call Fred Hoyer today at 281-929-6500. That's 281-929-6500 for your next new or pre-owned car from Bayway Lincoln. With credit, bad credit, your job is your credit. Give me a call. That's 281-929-6500.
Call Fleet Manager Fred Hoyer, 281-929-6500. Bayway Lincoln, 45 South, Gulf Freeway at the Freeway exit. Call 281-929-6500. Bayway Lincoln, a part of the Bayway.
But they've been in office 30, 40 years, representing them, but you never hear from the election time, man. That bothers me, man.
Yeah, it bothers me as well, and you know that's why I turned down the background music a little bit while you said that. What's happening, y'all? Spivey, sing it, Spivey.
I just one bad decision after another. We don't get anything out of it.
What's popping, you guys? Hey, to mask or not to mask?
And for me, I am
to mask or not to mask. You guys see Fauci up there today?
I stood enough for this crap that we get that's really got us targeted for zero wealth on average per capita in 2053. Probably will fall back now to 2043 as a result of this deal.
What do they say? Without knowledge, you shall perish.
Oh yeah, we
perish from a lack of knowledge.
That's right. That's why I try those knowledge things.
Soapbox Heroes in the building. What is going on with you guys? What is the deal? It's Friday. People out, people in, doing what you do, doing what you does. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I had to rush over today, but even in rushing, it seems as if the older I get, the slower I drive. And I want to ask everybody, I know what it's like to be in a rush. I'm in a rush too. But where are you going when you speeding to a red light? Where are you going while speeding to a red light? Yeah, you guys, it's Friday, the day before the weekend. And some people, it has felt like an extended weekend as far as the coronavirus. We have had people having to stay home. We've had jobs shutting down. People are recommended to stay away from people. I want to talk about that a little bit today. I saw Dr. Fauci testifying today, and it brought some more questions to mind. Today, I was outside, and I was doing a little bit of work for a cousin of mine. He said, hey, I know somebody, he's elderly, and he needs the electrical done for his AC. Can you do it? And absolutely, I'll do it. And matter of fact, while I'm on that, here, let me do this. If there's anybody listening, if there is a elderly person, or if you are elderly yourself and you need some electrical work, something within reason, give me a call. I'm going to come knock it out for you. Now, if you got to pay for it and you're just trying to be cheap, don't play your boy. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. But why don't we help each other? So it's like this. I have a skill. I have something that I could do. And everything isn't always about money. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the financial part of things that we miss the part of it where we're doing things from our heart, for each other. So if there was anybody out there who was elderly and some type of, ailment or something to where they can't get around or where it's just financially hard. If there's some light electrical work, I mean, it can't cost me $10,000 because, you know, I can't afford it. I can't do it. But if we could get out there, I have all kind of extra equipment and things in my garage I need way. So let me know. Reach out. You could call in here. The phone number is 713-668-1230. 713-668-1230. And I will get out there and get on it. It is my job to make sure that my people are good. Hey, you guys, so look, there are some other things that I got to talk about this, and it's Friday, y'all. It's Friday. What's going on with you guys? It's Friday. I want to talk about this. Ladies. And I know, when I started off by saying, ladies, people be like, oh, Tyrone. But I can only speak from a man's point of view because that is all I've been my whole life. Yeah, turn up. We gonna turn up. Look. But this is the question. This is not the question. This is what I'm saying. What's up, Travion? What's going on? What's up, Royal Intent? This is what I'm gonna say to the ladies. Stop lying on your baby daddy. Stop lying on your baby daddy to your new partner, because all you are doing is causing confusion. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the mask. I want to know this. If somebody is standing on a podium alone, it's like on a podium, there's nobody within 40, 50 feet of a person on a podium. Tone, what's up with you, fam? On a podium, right? So I'm up there, I'm on the podium, I'm by myself. There's nobody for 50 feet around, 30, 40, 50 feet, and I'm wearing a mask. Is that necessary? Are we getting to the point to where are we wearing masks at points in time just so we don't get ridiculed for not wearing a mask? Like I said today, I was outside, it was hot, it was sweating, I was sweating. My mask was soaking wet. And so I looked up real quick, I looked up the effectiveness on the particular masks that I had while being wet from sweat. I call it sweat wet. And they were saying that, you know, that mask at that point is pretty much useless. It has been rendered useless at that point. And so my question is this. If I took off the mask because it's already actually useless, then what are people going to think? They're going to say, oh, he don't have on a mask. He's not socially distancing. So at that point in time, do I wear a mask because I want to calm what someone else will think? Because it's not working anymore. If you go look up the research on the wet mask, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Dr. Fauci was up there today, and we're going to play a clip. I think it was Jim Jordan, and I can't stand this man. But he was asking some relevant questions. He was also throwing some hyperbole in there and trying to prove a point. But it was there. The point was there. Yeah, we're going to turn up a little bit. I like that. We're going to turn up, Tiffany Johnson. Just a little bit. But yeah, we're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, we're going to go ahead and what do y'all want to jump into first? Lady, y'all want to jump into lying on your baby daddy? Oh, yeah, ladies, y'all be lying. Not all of you. Of course, you know we don't talk in blanket terms. Well, all the time. Sometimes I might throw out the blanket, but today, not. But I do want to know, for those who do it, why? And did anybody have any insight? Why? Because I'm going to tell you what I think. Of course, I'm going to tell you what I think. And later on today, we're going to have the wise words of wisdom to close out the show, you guys. Yesterday was very interesting. We were set up for an interview with Quanell X. One thing led to another. He had some sickness going on in his family. And so we rescheduled. We're rescheduling. We're going to do it again. But I sat down and I interviewed R&B legend Carl Thomas. Okay, what do you know? And so one person missed and another person just happened to be right there. So we got that in. You know what I'm saying? What you say, Tiffany Johnson? Why does anyone lie? People lie to shield the truth, or people lie because some people lie because they think they're shielding someone else from hurt. But I don't know about this. I don't know about this. But yeah, you guys, we gonna tap in because I want to know these masks. Look, I wear a wet mask, even though it's not working to make other people feel better? Or what about those masks that are equivalent to a t-shirt that they prove don't work? Should I wear those for other people? Or if I am standing alone, nobody's near me, 50, 60 feet away, should I still wear a mask even though they're saying that you can't catch it that far? You can't reel out coronavirus and then reel it back in. Well, cast out and reel it back in. What you say, Tiffany Johnson, people don't like you because you don't lie? Trust me, I understand. I get it. I get it. The truth is not for everyone. It's not. It's not. And then we have a generational divide too when it comes to things like mask and who we believe and what we believe. Oh, there's so much going on. There's so much going on. We're going to take a quick break. But look, everybody over there on the YouTubes, everybody over there on the Instagrams, whatever you're watching on, 1230 KCOA's The Source. This is Soapbox Heroes. Make sure you come back and just get paid. It's Friday night. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've lost friends too. Or what they'll say is you're being mean when you're just being honest. And then it's funny, people will accept lies before they accept the truth. Sometimes lies are very comfortable. Like when people tell me my hairline is nice, stop lying. Stop lying. You liar. Moving to the beat. Hey, yeah, there ain't no need to lie. Let you hold 20? I'll let you hold 20. Send me your cash app. I'll let you hold 20. I didn't just get paid, though. I didn't just get paid. I went and did some volunteer stuff. But it's Friday. Why not play it? Hey, so what's up? What do you think? What do you think, Tiffany? What do you think about and the effectiveness of masks? It feels like some stuff is just being sorely left out of the equation. But first, we talking about the whole baby mama thing, baby daddy thing. I'm talking about it. Stop lying on your baby daddy. Y'all know y'all ain't nothing for that. And I'm going to tell you how men do it and how we know y'all be lying on us. Because we be lying on y'all too. Oh, yeah. You know, lies are circular. So, yeah, I want to talk about that, y'all. No doubt about it. Yeah. Because it has a lot. Well, we got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Friday night. What y'all drinking tonight? Who drinking out there? Who drinking? What y'all drinking on? And don't say no green tea. I don't wear a mask because I'm not sick. But if I go to the store, they require it, I will. Right. I get it. And it's like, they be like, social distance from people you know. Then the people that's telling you that, you catch them out there close to people, chilling. I'm sweating. I came straight from working. I'm sipping Kool-Aid. What flavor? Red, blue. If it's not grape and lemonade mixed together, you got to get that right. Yeah. 30 seconds. Get you one of them.
You guys be cool.
Y'all be cool. Yes, indeed. We are back. We are back on. It's Friday night. Johnny Kemp say you just got paid. Party jumping. But you're going to act like you're not partying because you're supposed to be quarantining. I see y'all out there partying, but trying to hide the picture so you don't get judged. Oh, yeah, I see you, baby. But, hey, you guys, look, I want to talk about this. Here, let me turn this up a little bit so you can hear the... Round and round we go. Ladies, look, why don't you guys do me a favor? Stop lying on your baby's fathers. Some people say the baby daddy, father of my child. You guys might call him a jerk. That guy over there, whatever it is, whatever you feel about him. And look, this isn't a blanketed statement meant for everybody, just those who do it. Now, look, I know you guys be seeing that post. You guys see it out there where people say, no, somebody out there may need to hear this. This is one of those moments. Somebody out there may need to hear this. Look, ladies, when you get in a relationship with somebody new aside from the person that you had a child with, stop trying to make your baby daddy look mad or bad so you could get sympathy from the new guy you are with. Oh, yeah, I said it. It's Friday. We turning up today. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking that good water. So I'm just drunk on life. And so I want to know this, ladies. Why? And don't get to denying it. We are not here for denial. The first step in healing is recognition of your behavior. So let me ask you this, and because I've seen it many times. When a woman gets into a relationship with a new person, they get with that new person and they're forming a relationship, and then it just seems like for one reason or another, a lot of women do the sympathy play by saying how bad their baby daddy is. And while saying how bad their baby daddy is, they're not saying how bad they are. Or why did the guy go bad? But this is what this creates, because you have very capable fathers who love their children. But when you go out there and you try to start a new relationship and you want to put that person in the dirt, what you are doing is causing division that's unnecessary. So now this is what happens. Because now you're telling the new person that you're with that your baby daddy, he's a piece of turd, a large piece, right? That stinks. So what that person does is automatically start having a dislike for the person in which you are talking about. Because again, you guys are growing a relationship together and you guys are together. So the closer you get to this person, but the more you dog out your baby daddy, the more that person dislikes your baby daddy. That's conflict number one. So now we got to crash, right? So now let's move on past that. So then we get to, hey man, that's my baby. Why you stepping on over your boundaries? Because look, if you start lying on your baby daddy, then the next person you are with, just out of love, out of generosity, just, where they're going to do what they consider stepping up. And so they're going to step up and start doing things to replace the father, what they think that father is not doing. But they're not seeing that, oh, mama, you lying. The father will do that, but you've excluded the father from these situations because you want to continue to grow your relationship with this other person. And oh yeah, I'm not going to act like I don't see it. A lot of women will attach men to their children. Men, let me know out there, have you ever been in a situation by yourself or known someone in a situation that they got with a woman that have children, but then you get so attached to their children, when it's time to split up, it's hard because you are in love with this lady's children. All right? You are in love with this lady's bad kids. You're in love. But the whole time, she's making it seem as if that the dad isn't nothing. And so now we have a couple of things going on. So now we have two guys that don't like each other. We have a father that is watching somebody else do things that the father should be doing while he's being excluded. And now you got a mother that has to do the best she can to keep up that act forever, or as long as it's advantageous to her. All right. But what does that do to the child? What does that do to the child? It confuses the child. And look, don't tell me that this don't happen. You see what I'm saying here? Let me go over here. What'd you say, Summer? What'd you say? Let me read this comment. Summer says, that's their own insecurities and they need to be validated by a new perspective in which they are putting in a position to throw a rose-colored shade and, of course, agree. I lost that. Let me scroll back up. A rose-colored shade and, of course, to agree with her and encouraging the slander. Yeah, and that's what happened because, and can you blame the new person? You get with somebody and you in love with this person. You guys start developing this relationship, this kinship, and it's love. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's love in the club. But this person has somebody that you are talking about like your sworn enemy. So the more that person starts loving you and starts being attached to you, the more your enemy becomes their enemy. All right. And so now you see these two guys and they beefing. And they beefing for nothing. And then on the other hand, then it turns around and this is what you end up getting. You will get a lady. She's be like, well, he's terrible. He's garbage. And you're with the new person and the new person says, well, take him to child support. Baby, go get that money. Now, look, you might have a father that's willing to co-parent, but he can't co-parent if the wife, or not the wife, but if the mother, the child's mother is making it like they hate each other. You can't act like you hate somebody and co-parent at the same time. That's why I say stop making your baby daddy look bad for sympathy from a new person. Because when you do that, you are effectively taking the co-parenting out of the situation. How do you expect a man to co-parent with a woman who acts like she hates him? And especially when us men know that it's just an act, because you only act like that when you're in front of your new person. So we see what's going on. And a lot of us men here, let me tell you a secret. Ladies, let me tell you a secret. This is how we know that you will lie to a new partner for sympathy. And you will put your ex down bad as you can for sympathy. You will tell them how bad of a father he is, even if he's not, for sympathy. I'm going to tell you how we know. If you guys are driving out there, I don't want you to crash. Hold on to the wheel. I'm going to tell you how we know. Men know because we do the same thing. We lie when we want to cheat. Men will make it like their woman or their wife is the worst thing in the world, but go home and be, baby, I love you, baby. I love you. You mean everything to me. And then get to the side chick house and be like, man, she's terrible. She's terrible. All she does is just lay around and nag me. All she does is just yell at me. She treats me so badly. And so I know because men, we will do that to get what we want. So let's not act like women don't do that to get what they want. But I've noticed a lot of women will bring a child into the situation and it gets dangerous. So what I'm saying is, if we want to cut back on the BS later, let's just keep it solid off the top. Let's keep it solid off the top. If you have to make your baby's father look bad to make somebody else get closer to you, you are terrible. And this is just my opinion. You are terrible. And look, and I'm not saying that all men are great or nothing like that, but I'm speaking on this in specific because this is something that I have been seeing. We are putting together a child support debate. We've done a few of them, but in particular, I've been getting all these stories and I've witnessed it myself. And I'm like, well, why? And there's something else that I want to know too. There's something else that I want to know too. And I've been talking to people. I've been hearing these things. If there's a father out there that wants his child and will do anything for their child, but the system in the courts has divided it to where the mother has so much control to where a man only feels like a check. Any decision he wants to say, I'm not listening to you. Any input he wants, I'm not listening to you. The child says, hey, I want to go stay with daddy. Nope, I'm not doing that. Are you being selfish? Are you doing that for yourself, or are you doing what's best for the child? Oh, it's Friday. We on today, y'all. We on. What's going on over here? I feel it's a control issue. Betty Boos, I feel it's a control issue too. When you're broken and hurt, sometimes that happens. Yes, it happens. But when is it going to stop happening? How long does the hurt have to proceed? Yes, indeed. And look, and this is my thing too, because I have been looking at this dynamic, and me as a black male, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm very, very tired of black men always seeming to be placed in the light of being terrible as fathers. Is being terrible as fathers, and we're not always terrible. I mean, there are some terrible fathers out there, but I would be remiss to say that there aren't any terrible mothers out there, and you could be a terrible parent and be there for your child. I'm going to tell you how. When these situations happen, when kids go to other homes, all right, and this is just something I've been witnessing, so I'm just ripping today. It's on the top of my head, so we're going to let it out. Baby go stay with daddy, right? Baby want to go stay with daddy. Daddy want baby to come stay with daddy. Everything is good with daddy. Now, while the baby is there with daddy, what mama do is spoil the baby beyond belief, because she wants that baby to always be readily bought. That's the way that I'm looking at it, to be bought, like you're buying your child. But what you're doing is trying to spoil your child into never asking to stay with the father. Now, let me tell you the risk that you run when you do that. The risk that you run when you do that is when you raise this child and he grows up to be a man, he's going to have to be with a woman that babies him because you babied him. He's going to have to be with a woman that babies him because you babied him. And you babied him because you never wanted him to go be with his daddy because you don't, I guess hurt people do hurt things, but do it to yourself. Leave the babies alone. Leave the babies alone. Leave them alone. Let me see. Let me get over here. What'd you say, Katina? That's that bitter BS causing, right, causing for no reason. And look, and to me, it is no reason. But what I'm saying, what I was saying earlier about lying for sympathy is dangerous because of the ramifications around it. Yeah, you might get the person that you want to fall in love with you a little faster, but doing that, you are causing a divide. You're causing a divide between that child and the other parent, in which you are putting down because you want to get closer to a stranger. And then when you get these guys having these hard feelings and you get guys like, man, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. I know men that tell me this. They say, man, I pay thousands of dollars a month in child support. We got 50-50 custody, but the child stays with the mother as a resident. So yeah, I'm supposed to have decision making, but I can't have any decision making if the child isn't in the house with me. And so essentially, I am just a check. I am just a check. And so men get tired of simply being a check. And then when that man gets tired of being a check, oh, you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. You just a dog. Well, both of you guys are dogs. Both of you should bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay, together. Together. Ooh, go howl at the moon together because you are just as bad. It takes two people to bring these children into this world. Now, once you bring these children into the world, hey, the person you picked is the person you picked. But if you decide, you know what, I don't like the person I picked. I like this other person better. So I'm going to try to exclude the person I picked originally from the picture. You're being selfish. You are being selfish. And what you're doing is bad for the babies. Get over here real quick. Soapbox Heroes caller, you on the line. What's on your mind?
Okay, I need y'all talking on, what is it I'm trying to say? On the internet, I need to know how y'all got on there so I can get on there.
Oh, okay, PK, you could, I'm on my Facebook page, just my name, just Tyrone Irvin, Ervin. And we also have a YouTube page, it's Soapbox Heroes on YouTube. You can just go and just type that in and hit subscribe and you'll see everything we do. We also do stuff outside of the radio station as well, PK. So if you haven't logged in, then you might miss a few things every now and then. How are you, PK?
I'm doing fine. I've been listening to y'all. You know I had my 2 cents to say it, but I just been listening and trying to figure out. See, when I started working on computers with keyboards, I ain't gonna tell my age. We started out with punch cards. So that's like,
ooh, punch cards.
but I'm telling you the truth. That's how old I am.
Well, you don't sound like it, PK. I wouldn't even know.
Good. But I didn't have that problem. I had the problem of mine didn't want to have nothing to do, so that was fine.
And right, see, yours didn't have nothing to do with the kids. And I'm here looking here. I see Katina Lewis. She says, "I really can't relate. I don't get child support, and I'm always down on the co-parenting tip. Come get the kids. Tell your wife, new boo, dummy, whatever. She is to him. Hey, enjoy." So she's saying that she don't get child support, and she be trying to get her old guy to come get the kids. And I think that's an issue as well. I think that's terrible. I think if you're a man and that's what you're doing, then you worse, but just as bad than the ladies I'm talking about. But what do you think, PK? Go ahead.
Okay, when I filed for divorce and everything, and we in the court and proceedings, I was working for Gulf Oil then, and I'm making money. And the judge say, well, and I had twins, a boy and a girl. Say, well, how much money do you want? And I said, I don't want nothing.
Ooh.
Hit that mallet on that thing so I thought my head was going. And you don't have no wants in this court.
You don't have no. Wow, PK. So you was making money. You didn't want nothing.
Oh, you don't want to do nothing with these kids. Well, I don't want no dollar from you. Mom was so in love with the grandbaby. She was always there for me when you mean I should have married her.
She was more responsible. But then right, and PK, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes as well, what I notice is, and I can only speak from a man's point of view because that's all I could do, right? I could guess from a woman's point of view, but when I watch it, it will seem like sometimes I watch a mother over coddle their kids or their sons especially because they don't want the son to ever ask to go live with the dad. But then you raise a son that's going to need to be coddled by the woman he's with later. So it's dangerous. What do you think about that, PK?
I think you have to let these kids learn the world because you hold them and protect them, and then they get out there and they lost and get misused and abused. You teach them everything.
You got to teach them everything. Absolutely, PK. How was your day, PK?
Beautiful. I listen to K2H. I go to bed listening to that fantastic music.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to stay a little extra and play something tonight.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, PK, I appreciate the call. You have a wonderful evening. That was the only time you was in court?
Yeah, I ain't never been arrested.
Well, stay away from the police because, you know, they'll arrest people now and then, you know.
I know. So I stay away. I stay right.
Bye, PK. Look, she say, I stay away from the police. PK say she stay right. She stay right. And here, let me do this. Let me make sure that I'm not saying that all men are great. I'm not saying that there aren't wonderful women out there that don't put up with an absorbent amount of crap from men. I'm not saying that. I completely recognize that. Completely. I see somebody say, bye, Tony. Where you going, Tony? You got to run. Yeah, Tony, gotta go. You must be on the road. All right. What you say, Betty Boo? I think child support should be for deadbeat fathers. Okay, Tiffany Johnson, kids' lives matter. All right. And I agree. Kids' lives matter. I think we got to get to the point to where as adults, move out the way. Do what's best for your child. Do what's best for your child. And lying on your baby daddy isn't the best thing for your child. It's not the best thing for your child. It might be the best thing for you immediately. It might help you get what you want. You know, that the sympathy that you want. And, oh, he's such a good man. He's taking care of my baby. But I know a lot of women will do that and say that where they already have a father that is taking care of the baby. But they are willing to push him out the way. They want a new man. They want a new man. And since I want a new man, I'm going to act like he ain't nothing. It's fronting, right? It's fronting. That's what people do. And, you know, what's the name of that song? Ain't no future in the fronting. It really is no future in the fronting. But you guys, look, I'm not going to sit here and act like this it's all women because it's not. I'm not going to act like there aren't wonderful women because it's not. Again, I don't want to throw out a blanket statement or blanket statements. But this is something that I've noticed, and it's something that I would say is pretty prevalent. It's in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you guys, look. We got to do it for the babies. We got to do it for the babies. And we just got to keep it real, you guys. We got to keep it real because, look, it ain't no future in the fronting. My name is Tyrone Irvin. I'm going to take a quick break. And we're going to be right back.
Sound hard, sound funky, people don't dance to. Give the record a second and a chance to. Hitting people like a scene of a maze. And while they slipping back, my feet is planted in the pavement. Cripple I can never do. So now I'm looking dead at you. What are you gonna do? You listen to the knowledge of a scholar. You say how I breathe, tell them how I holler. I'm the E-devil, and I proclaim my name straight up. Good.
Young Bill, what's up, Sumo? Hey, Sumo, yeah, man, look, we had to talk about that. I want to know, you know, like, why do some women try to make their baby daddy look bad so they could get sympathy from the new person they with? All you're doing is causing division. You're going to cause these two men to hate each other, and then you're going to have somebody feeling as if they need to step up and do something that somebody else is already doing. How is a man supposed to feel? Look, let's talk about that. How do you guys think men feel when they're there for their children? They're trying to be there for their children, but they have a woman that is trying to pretend that they're not. So what ends up happening is the person that they with to fill in them voids that aren't really voids, but they're voids that are made on purpose because a woman is going to use that child to make this other person fall in, to be in love, to feel more like a family. And so now as a man, you sitting there and you like, well, Why you doing what with my kid? That's my job. That's my responsibility. But they feel like you ain't doing what you're supposed to do because they got a woman trying to make it like the man is a piece of junk. I mean, we see it all the time. We see it all the time. It's not like it's not a novel thing. It's not a novel thing. And then it goes into the whole, well, black fathers ain't nothing, or men are you guys are terrible dads and all that other stuff. But nah, that's a stigma being placed on us, but partially by scorned women. This is the thing. It's not even only scorned women. It's vindictive women sometimes, and it's women who are calculated after going for what they want. Going for what they want. They going for a new man that got more. They going for a new relationship, so they gonna make them fall in love with that baby. And to fall in love with that baby, you can't be nothing. You can't be a good dad, because in a lot of people's mind, it's like, well, if I make it like I get along with my baby daddy, that's gonna make it hard on my new relationship. It's the same thinking men have when we go cheat. When we like, well, we can't tell her that my wife is a wonderful, great human being. She ain't gonna give me none. Right? Right? Ain't that the same type of philosophy? Isn't that the same philosophy? Because men do it too. Men do it too. Men do it to get ass. And I feel like women do it to get sympathy in the relationships that they are in. All right, we about to come back. All right, we back. 10 seconds. Yes, 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 indeed. We are back. We are back. We are back. We look, you guys. In the first hour, I had to talk about it. I've been hearing it so much. All right. All right. What you say, Katina? Katina says, I've cut some dudes off because they want me to cut off my baby daddy. Nah, stop. Nope, not my style. And I'm not going to disrespect him in that manner. And that's very mature. And I would think his motive, I would think that he would return the respect. I think a real man would return that respect. But what I think that goes to is co-parenting. Co-parenting. For any person that's in a situation and you're getting into a situation with someone with kids, if you don't want to respect them co-parenting, don't get in a relationship with those people. And if you feel like you won't be able to co-parent because the person that you are with is going to be jealous of your baby's father or baby's mother, whichever, don't get with that person. All you guys are doing is destroying relationships between children and parents. That's all you're doing, and you're grown. Stop being so damn selfish. Stop being so selfish. Stop it, you guys. And look, and even at that, and again, I'm speaking from a man's point of view. If you want to call in, the phone number is 713-668-1230. One more time for your mind, 713-668-1230. All right? But yeah, in my eyes, all it's breeding is anger and frustration. And then, like I said, I don't think a guy is right when he quits. But I can say that I can understand it. I can understand it. And again, men out there, do not give up. Do not give up. I don't care how bad she tried to make you look. I don't care what she put you through. I don't care if she tried to come after every single dime in your account. I don't care if she tried to make you look like the devil himself. Do not give up on your kids. Do not give up on your kids because you feel as if a woman is doing you wrong. And it's not even about you feeling like that. Let's say she is doing you wrong, but do not give up on the kids, because I have seen men who are decent men get tired of climbing a mountain that's on fire constantly. And the mountain just keeps getting taller. So eventually they just say, you know what? I quit. Because when you do that, all you're doing is just, you're acquiescing and giving the person that is giving you all these issues, you're giving them what they want because they want you to quit. They want you to quit. They want the money out of your pocket for child support, but they don't want to let you be there for your child in a tangible, physical, mental capacity. They want their new partner to be able to do that. They want their new partner to be able to do that because that is how they are attaching their new partner. Oh, you in love with the kids? I can't mess that up. And that's how so many men fall off. That's how so many men fall off, going through it time after time after time. Again, like I said, I got a call today. My buddy says, man, I pay a couple $1,000s a month in child support. Anytime I make a suggestion about my child, is nope. Anytime I'm trying to do something that, that isn't, in the mother's purview, it's nope. Everything is based on what she wants to do and how she does it. And the only time I could do with my child, when I want to do with my child, is when I have my child. And he said, but even at that, when I have my child, it's to the time where my child wants to stay with me. My child wants to stay with me. Everything is good. Financially is good. Work-wise is good. The situation is good. Schools will be good. Everything will be good. The child wants to stay with me, but the mom don't want that. So what the mother does while the child is with his dad is buy the kid everything he asks for. Everything. And so what she's trying to do is make that kid say, well, I'm going to go stay with my mom because she's going to buy me things. But what happens to the dad that has to discipline that child? So now you have a child that is going to be in between being disciplined by the father because the father wants to raise the child up right. And the kid know, like the dad know, I can't just buy the kid everything. The kid's going to be rotten. But in this particular scenario, the mom don't give a damn about that. And so what she does is try to buy the child, buy the admiration of the child. But again, what is going to happen when that child grows up? He's not going to be able to take care of himself. He's going to look for women that's going to buy him. And when a woman cannot always provide all the trinkets and the gifts, he's going to leave her. And then how is he going to grow up to know how to be a solid man when he's watching a woman that's raised and be such a weak person? And when I say weak, I mean weak by not being honest, doing what's best for the child, not willing to co-parent. All right. And I don't think it's good to just blindly buy children whatever they want anyway, especially if they're not earning it. Behavior isn't right. School isn't right. But if none of that matters, you're just trying to keep winning the admiration of the child. What do you think that's doing to the child? And do you think that that is selfish, you guys? Is that selfish? Is that selfish? Would you say, Betty Boo? That's not right. Playing child's emotion. Before the break, I was going to say how I can tell you how a parent could be a bad parent without beating the child, without yelling at the child, without neglecting the child. You could be a bad parent by playing with the child's brain, by playing with the child's emotion. Because what you're going to do is open that child up to always be played with. Because the person that's supposed to love them the most is playing games with the child. So what do we do with that, you guys? What do we do? What do we do? What's up, Alejandro Sosa? My guy, what's going on with you? What's happening with y'all out there? And so, yeah, you guys, and again, this isn't an overall indictment of all women. And if any women have anything that you want to say, please feel free to call in, type it in on the social medias or whatever. We'll get to it. There's nothing to it but to do it. I like conversations to go two ways. All right. Let me see what you say. Yes, I agree, Tiffany. What Tiffany say? That's how to usher in more broken people. Gotta fix it. And that is my whole point. You're ushering in more broken people. Then again, now let's look at this. Let's look at this because this is something I'm watching with my own eyes in real time. Lady go get with the new person and starts ostracizing the father, right? And so now it seems to the child as if the father isn't nothing because the mom has found somebody that she wants to replace the father with. So the older the child gets, the less he feels is that the child that the father is doing for him. And it's really not that the father isn't doing anything or the father don't want to be there. The father has been ostracized and replaced with somebody else for the convenience of the mother. And so now you got a kid that's growing up broken, but you also have a man out here somewhere broken. And he has to be a good man for some other woman. And if he have other kids, he has to be a good man for them other kids too. So I think it's time to just stop dragging each other through the dirt, y'all. I mean, for what? For what? And again, this is not to everybody. I'm sure there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. Stop lying on your baby daddy to get sympathy. Stop lying on your baby daddy to get sympathy. That's hot garbage juice. If he's a good guy, let him be a good guy. Now, if he's a bad guy, he's a bad guy. You know, I'm not going to sit here and act like there's nobody that's a bad guy, but we're not going to sit here and act like there's no women that are bad mothers. And again, you can abuse a child without touching them. Play with their emotions. Lie to them. Keep them deceived. Because deception is terrible for a child. What happens when that deception starts to wear off? And also, there's one more thing that I wanted to bring up why we are running down these litany of things. Don't stay away from co-parenting and letting the father weigh in on things while the child is young and innocent. Don't wait till the kid is wild and out of control to say, okay, stay with your daddy now. Do you know how much work that is? Do you know how hard it is to undo all the things that you did not want to listen to because you were being selfish? Huh? Is that ever part of the consideration when we're doing these things? The future ramifications down the line later? What's up with you, Marcus? Right? Another great father, man. What's up, Marcus? Marcus says some people are not grown enough to take accountability for the actions they take. Yes, I agree completely. And again, you guys, women, I'm not excoriating all women. I am just speaking from something that I have been seeing with my own two eyes. With my own two eyes. And it bothers me. It bothers me. It bothers me to see good fathers get made to look like dirt just so you can have somebody else call you baby or boo 2 weeks faster. Just so you could change your Instagram status from single to in a relationship. So since I want to do that, I'm going to have to make it like my baby daddy isn't nothing. And again, fellas, if you a fella out there, if you a man out there and you get with a woman and she got kids and you want her to push the father of her children out of the way, you a sucker straight up. Easy as that. And ladies, if you let a man do that, you a sucker too. Easy as that. And if you encourage it and you initiate it, you a bigger sucker. Easy as that. Men, if you are not there for your children just because you don't want to be, you are a sucker. Easy as that. But if we're going to do the right thing for the kids, you guys, especially my generation, how old am I? 39 years old. We're the one with the kids that are, younger kids now, the teenagers. We are setting the course. We are raising the next generation. Are you really going to be selfish enough to mess it up because you have my feelings? My feelings. Ooh, I like him. I want him to be my new boo-boo, so I need him to fall in love with that baby. Hey, y'all, we got to cut that out. We have to cut that out because, yes, I agree that we are building more broken people. We're sending more broken people into the world because as adults, sometimes we want to be immature. I don't get it, you guys. I don't get it. It's something that I really hope will stop. And again, I don't know if it will stop, but I hope we start being more conscious about it. I hope we start being more honest about it, things like that, right? What you say, Betty Boo? Yep. And let's grow up for our kids and our future, right? These kids are watching us and examples of what to do, right? Nah, you good? Oh, thank you. I'm glad I'm good because I was like, am I going too far? All right, you know what I mean? If we don't talk about it now, we are bound to repeat it, and we're bound to repeat it, and we're repeating cycles. Cycles are being repeated. I want to break cycles, bad cycles. We want to grow the good cycles, reverse and break the bad cycles, okay? And so when it comes to parenting, more co-parenting. You don't gotta like him. He don't gotta like you. Y'all just respect each other and put the child first. Put the child first. And look, you guys, tell me if I'm wrong if I feel like this. Make the decision that's best for the child and not for the new person that you're with, right? All right. Would you say, Sahara Renee, get out your feelings? All right, I will. I will. Ain't no thing. It's all good. All right. Preach on this Good Friday. we just chopping it up. What'd you say, Marcus? Make them seem vulnerable. Bam. That's what I'm saying. And look, Sahara, if I'm in my feelings, are you in yours? All right. Make them seem vulnerable. It makes me sick. Let me bring this closer. It makes me sick to be honest, truthful with myself. I hate these new age people. N-words too. I know guys that are deadbeats and live around the corner from their kids. Now, hold on. Let's talk about that. If you a man and you live around the corner from your kids and you really just not trying to be with your kids, dog, you're terrible. You're terrible. Go hide somewhere and don't come out. Don't come out. The thing we need the most in the Black community, in my opinion, is fathers, family. And even if you guys aren't together, that's a family. All right? Even if you're not together, you're still treat it like a family. So yeah, Marcus, you're absolutely right. There are fathers out there that are terrible deadbeats. Know more about a pit bull than know about their kids. Know more about a video game than know about their kids. I can't sit here and act like that don't happen. I'd be remiss. I'd be a liar. It happens all the time. So yeah, that's another dynamic we got to deal with. And I'm glad that in my circle, that's not something I see. And I think birds of a feather usually flock together. Now, sometimes you'll have another bird wander over there in your flock, but it is what it is. All right. Sahara, not you, them women. Oh, I get it. And look, I made my feelings a little bit. Both ways. You know what I'm saying? Both ways. You know what I'm saying? Michael Lockett, what's going on with you, boy? What's going on with y'all boy? But yeah, you guys, so look, I'm going to stop talking about this. I'm going to move on. I want to talk about masks. I saw Dr. Fauci up there today, and he was testifying about masks, and there were some good questions that came up. He was backpedaling. Yeah, backpedaling. So yeah, you guys, look, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come on back. We're going to come on back with it, you guys. Look, my name is Tyrone Irvin. This is Soapbox Heroes. Mike, what's up with your baby boy? Chilling? But yeah, ladies, stop lying on your baby daddy to get sympathy from your new man. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time around, the revolution will not be televised. As we proceed to give you what you need.
What's happening, you guys? Hey, you can't get mad. It's a lot of women that do that. And look, I threw it out there too. Women do it to get sympathy from a man so they could stay with that man, get closer to a man. A man will lie to get some ass. Keep it 1,000, fellas. Keep it 1,000. It's Friday. Let me make sure we ain't on the air so I don't get caught cussing and get no fine. Fellas, y'all know we do it. Fellas, keep it 100. Fellas, you be out there, look, you go out, you be like, oh, man. Great. So she be like, you married? Yeah, I'm married, but what? Man, but she ain't no good, man. She treat me bad. She won't cook. She won't give me no ass. All she do is sleep all day. Now, she could go to work 15 hours a day. Come home, cook, clean, take care of the kids, and take care of you. But as a man, we going to be like, nah, man, she ain't no good. You doing that because you want sympathy from that woman. You want her to give you the ass. Because you feel like if you say, yeah, I got a good woman at the house. She cook, clean, do her job, go to work, you know what I'm saying, handle business. But I want to have sex with you. You know that most of the time the woman is going to say no. I said most of the time, not all of the time. Most of the time the woman is going to say no, right? And so a man will lie to get sympathy, to get some ass. But a lot of women will lie to get sympathy, to keep and pull a man close. Tiffany, we do. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know what I'm saying. We not innocent in the situation. We not innocent. We be lying. Look, it's somebody, any lady watching right now. I'm sure it's a man somewhere in your inbox lying his ass off. Oh yeah, we live together, but I sleep on the couch. How many of y'all heard that before? We live together, but you know, she sleep on the couch though. She sleep on the couch. Hey, Marcus, a lot of females, they get it how they live. But that's all I'm saying, y'all, is like, hey, people lie to get sympathy. And when it comes to a woman, when she's doing that and making her baby daddy look bad, all you're doing is causing a divide between your child and their father, because you want somebody to smack you on the butt and you want to be able to change your Facebook profile to say in a relationship or in an entanglement. You want to be able to say you in an entanglement. And so what you're going to do is cast your baby daddy to the side. And then you're going to wonder 10 years later why he done gave up. He don't want to talk to you. He don't want to deal with you. And now he's the bad guy. That's how it go. And I'm not giving no excuses to no men who aren't there for their children. But hey, can we talk about one thing at a time? Is it okay for me to talk about things women do on Friday? I'll come back and talk about the shit men do on Monday. Right? Is that fair? Or because I'm trying to give the parallels on both sides, men and women. You dig? All right, we about to come back in a minute. Hey, Marcus, man, when you coming out here? I need to see you, man. Entanglement. The entanglement theory. That good old entanglement. All right, here we go. Yes, indeed. I give greedy, not the greedy. Oh, yeah. Hey, you guys, look, it's Soapbox Heroes. We just got done talking about entanglements and things like that. Hey, Marcus, entanglements and things like that. But look, hey, I want to talk about us being entangled with these masks. With the mask, I saw Dr. Fauci today testifying, and I said, "Ooh, this is going to be good, y'all." And now he has on a mask when he testifies. I think it says Washington Nationals or something like that. Go baseball. Oh, so look, we're gonna talk about these masks. But before we do that, let me jump over here. We got the line. We got the line done jumped up. And, you know, I like to pay respect to the callers. You know, without the callers, without the listeners, without the people watching, I would just be talking to myself like I do when I leave here. But at least I got somebody to talk to. So here, let's go over here. Soapbox Heroes caller, you on the line. Go ahead. Sing it, Spivey.
Take me in
all of your charm. All the natural high. Sing it, Spivey.
Okay, no, so I gotta tell you, to not wear no mask for any reason, it's like upon yourself to be a victim of the Holocaust.
Okay, so you say if you don't wear a mask, you're voluntarily killing yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Common sense, they have, who you gonna listen to? Common sense says politics with real signs. Let's get this straight. We went to the moon.
Right.
Went up there, and here we are with the information, and we already know the formula. We have a president that don't get that he do not act like he's a terrorist. He acts like he's on the other side.
Spivey, look, let me ask you this, because I find it interesting, and I asked somebody this the other day. And when we talk about Donald Trump is what? He's a narcissist, right? He's a narcissist. He's a very self-centered man who cares about himself more than anybody. Do you agree with that?
Oh, well, 1,000,000% no doubt.
Okay, so we have a narcissist that cares about himself more than anybody else. Anybody else. Do you think he'd be willing to kill himself by not wearing a mask? Or do you think that there's something that he has confidence in that he's not saying? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Spivey. I think that if Donald Trump really thought that he could die from not wearing a mask, I think he's such a narcissist that he would put himself in a protective bubble and never come out. This guy, he's a germaphobe. He don't even like stuff to touch him. And so for him to be out there without a mask, so what is this, Spivey? Is he suicidal? Is he stupid? Or does he know something we don't know, or all three?
Since you obviously got a lot of common sense, you're a learned man, and I could just, I analyze him, and I think the easiest way to identify the way he thinks, cause, I mean, he was born into the world. So he got money, but he ain't got no control over his DNA.
Right.
Whole world is witnessing this albatross that's round the neck of America. This person apparently has no idea of what he's doing. And his wealth, his standards, and his BS has got him to where he is because racist people is basically behind him.
Racist people are behind him, and so that's why he don't wear a mask. Spivey, what about all the black people that don't think they should wear a mask?
Well, yes, that's why you got to go to the old premises. You ever heard that old adage that only the strong survive?
Yes.
They wasn't just talking about physical.
Okay. Speak on it, Spivey.
It's also about your mentality, which guides you to do robbery, be subdued, whatever. And you know what? This pandemic is weeding out. We always have this thing about superior human beings and inferior. God has made this possible. Of the ones that don't wear masks, I don't care what your race are. You're the ones gonna be weeded out, and the ones that survive, they'll know the true purpose of not being stupid.
All right. Let me ask you this quick question before we get to the next caller, Spivey. What do you think about the fact that, like, Dr. Fauci at the beginning of coronavirus was saying we didn't need a mask, but he was lying. He was saying that because there weren't enough masks. And then he came out and said that we did need masks, but later on admitted the reason that they were saying that we didn't need masks and told everybody in the world we didn't need masks was because we just simply didn't have enough. So instead of saying, hey, you guys stay at home and quarantine, we don't have enough masks, Dr. Fauci himself said, well, we don't need them, but was lying. So how confident are you with him moving forward, knowing that he would lie when it's convenient?
Well, he's like any ordinary human being. He's in the position he served as a president. Mm-hmm. But at that particular time, he was trying to be optimistic and support.
Nah, he was lying, Spivey. He wasn't being optimistic. He came out, it's either that he was just lying.
To spend his spending on something he know that wouldn't be truthful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But when it became obvious to the world that what he did, he corrected himself. Because he was looking for political, I mean, he's the older man. He served others. He liked being in the White House. But then somebody, I don't know whether it was white or some might say dad, doing it for people down. He thought the president was true. And sometimes we make mistakes. We change our mind.
Yes, we do. And Spivey, we should grow with new information. I absolutely agree with that. But I don't think he grew with new information. I think he knew that and just lied. I mean, and this is my thing. When Donald Trump just lies, we'll say he just lies. He comes out and he changes and say, well, I've learned something further. We'll say, no, you just a liar. But when it's Dr. Fauci, he's able to maturate his thought. Why are we doing that?
Let me get you really precise. I had the opportunity back in 2009. I took a very prominent person who taught mediation and elderly. And so I paid $2,000. I know it's just the 40 hours required under Texas Lawyers Association, the Supreme Court. They do the deal, and I paid. I learned, I took elder care mediation, and I took arbitration.
Okay.
So I'm certified. So what you presenting me with, this is what you call, before you go to court under Texas law, you have to go to a mediator that's certified to be able to come to a balance of something that complainants won't taken care of, and also the response. So we that particular junction right now, and I told you as a mediator that we have to take one more step at a time. Go ahead and get what you do right now that you get certified, because later on you can take and use what you learn. And if it's progressive, you can use that as a tool to move you towards your goal as a mediator to overcome the problems that we have. And I would like, I think that's coming out of retirement, since I've been down by school. I would like to come out and go to civic organizations, no matter what, and put forth. Also, I'm gonna let you know. Don't do the political stuff. Right.
Oh, you breaking up a little bit, Spivey. You breaking up.
You would think, brother. Sam Houston University.
Absolutely.
I had a research paper that I graduated from that, along with the current chief of police, Johnny Spies at Maryland PD. Graduated from this unique class that was established by Bill Blackwood. And the part of graduating, you have to do a research paper that got to be rated, and you have to respond to, like when you get your PhD in doctoral from that book.
Okay.
On behavior modifications to no matter what.
Wait. So Spivey, basically what you telling me, Spivey, is you can read a person from around the corner and up the street.
You can download it from Sam Houston State University Bristol Library. If you're doing research and trying to get a PhD and know how to put in programs in elementary school to change the mindset of people that come from, pick their parents, go to look for H.B. Spivey, Herman Spivey, go to the library and download my research paper, which was required to be approved to graduate from Bill Blackwood Law Enforcement Institute of State of Texas.
Okay.
Research paper on behavior modifications.
All right, Spivey. Look, I gotta jump to the next call. They've been waiting and hung up and came back, but we're gonna do that. Spivey, look, man, I'm trying to find your music. I don't see it. You.
So, put it up, and you are loved. Those all of my voices. I'm a songwriter, and I guarantee that since you listen for my film got life to do, I would like to do write something that you do your rap on, and I can write something.
I don't rap, Spivey. I just be playing around.
That's what it's all about. You know what? You are a treasure to the Source radio station. Because I was listening to Watch Allen earlier today. Well, I was on this Watch Allen TV show twice Yeah, for people, you need a songwriter. Yeah, I did all this in 1 hour with a man in his studio in Katy. Go to Ricky first time and don't appreciate my 30 Bakersfield Fountain Boss on You and Love. Put it in one of your, when you finish it married, long song. Put You in Love on there.
So go on and get to Ricky Spivey. Hey, Spivey, I got to jump to the next call, man. Love you, bro. I appreciate you, man. That boy Spivey can't sing. Get over here. Soapbox Heroes caller, you on the line. What's on your mind?
Hey, yo.
What's going on with you?
Not much. What we talking about? We still talking about the face mask?
We talking about whatever you want to talk about. What you talking about, family? What's going on, man? I know who this is. Whatever you want to talk about is what we talking about. What's on your mind?
Oh, man, I was just trying to weigh in on everything you was talking about, man. First of all, just with the mask, I just want to say this. I've seen this on the meme, so don't need to, like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't my copyright, but I think I said this a couple times. With these face masks, I don't believe this is true. I don't believe it's the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just off the fact that I farted in the room before with my mask on and I smelled it.
You could fart and still smell the fart. Look, I saw some guys painting and they were spraying. And when they got done spraying, they took off their masks and they had still paint all over their mustache and stuff. And so I'm like, well, if those particles could get through, a virus can't get through?
Exactly. And then they said the virus is airborne, but out in California, they got everybody eating outside.
A lot of things do not make sense. I see people wearing masks when I'm watching these baseball players after games and basketball. But baseball, they're at a podium and they don't have nobody but 30, 40 feet away from them and they wearing a mask. For what? Is it just something that we expect people to do to just be publicly palatable? Is to wear a mask even if you're nowhere near anybody? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I believe so. Last night I was watching some videos of people talking about they have the right not to wear a mask and they get kicked out of assembly lessons and Book for Less and Stater Brothers and all types of stuff. So honestly, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but I just don't believe that these little masks are made for an epidemic of this
proportion. Right.
Yeah, because when I was working for an airplane company, you know what I'm saying, I was a painter. We had to wear a certain mask, and it was a mask that had your face completely covered in plastic. It seemed like a military issue, and it was just for the face.
Right.
I felt like if it was the truth, and this was really like something that we should really, really be scared of, that they would have been passing out saying that we needed those type of masks. It's either that or they just don't care. They're trying to kill, let as many people die as possible.
Well, what confuses me about a lot of the masks when this first came, and see, this haven't been around since like 1887. This is something that just happened like February, March, April, May. We're in what, July, end of July now? And so it doesn't take much for me to go back and even remember doing stories about how certain masks do not work. The same experts were telling us that cloth masks do not work. And now I'm seeing people wearing cloth masks. So this is what I think is funny. I saw a guy going into the store the other day and he forgot his mask. He said, I forgot my mask in the car. The guy said, you got to go get your mask. He said, can I just put my shirt over my face? He said, no. The guy said, well, what the hell is the difference?
Man, it seems like they made out of socks or something.
They're made out of cloth. They're made out of like cotton. These are they like khakis. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look, let me ask you about the other topic real quick. What do you think? Have you ever seen like a woman lie on her baby daddy to a new person for sympathy?
Oh man, it's right up my alley. I'm going through this right now. As you know what I'm saying? My choice of women in the past was the best. You know what I'm saying? As far as just for me, I should say. But look at the situation right now where my baby mama is telling her, or trying to persuade people that I'm not the father that I am, that I'm a deadbeat, that I, you know what I'm saying, used to be your husband, all types of stuff. You know me, bro. I ain't never put my hands on a woman.
No.
Sisters, and I got daughters, like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? I love my kids to death. I would die, kill, and do whatever I could to protect my children, bro. And at first, it hurt me. It hurt me a lot. It was like, dang, it's defamation of character, and I can't do nothing because I don't talk to her.
Okay.
Then it was like kind of sad, like, dang, you putting all this energy into me and to tear me down. But you know what I'm saying? Don't you got a new man? What?
Right. But see, a lot of it is because they have to paint a picture to the new man. And I don't even think they always have to do that. I think it's something in their mind. They think they're accomplishing more with that new man by bashing somebody else, by bashing the old man. And all that does, in my opinion, is prove that you still got feelings for the old fella, the fella, because you won't let him go.
Not only that, I believe that manipulation is going to backfire on them in the future.
I think so as well.
I got two baby mamas. My older two kids are teenagers now. So with their mom used to lie and do the same exact stuff when they were younger, and now their mom is trying to come back around and they don't even want to talk to her. Right.
Because they start to understand the games and the manipulation that happened when they were young. And that's what I'm saying, Marcus. This is really just a warning to you, ladies. I'm not trying to make you mad. See, even Marcus and I, we might ruffle your feathers, but we just want to see you fly, baby. Oh man, look, Tiffany Johnson says Tyrone done jumped back on baby daddy. Well, he said he wanted to cover everything we spoke about today, so we had to cover that too. Hey, real man, look, and thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you, man.
I've been missing a lot of your shows.
You got to do what you got to do. I can't be mad at that. I'd be more mad if you wasn't handling your business.
Yeah. But, I'll be out there, man. Hopefully I can invite to the show.
Absolutely. I got some stuff going for you. You'll see. I'll see you next week.
Yeah. All love, fam.
All love. I'll talk to you later, man. So, yeah, you guys, look, Tiffany, I wasn't trying to get back on the baby daddy and the baby mama thing. But we got to do, we gonna let the callers say what they gotta say, and if they want to talk about it, we gonna talk about it. And before time is up, we are going to listen to this conversation with, I think his name is Jim Jordan and Dr. Fauci. And it's crazy because the particular congressperson that's questioning him gets on my nerves. He is such a grandstander and so full of it. And he is doing a lot of grandstanding in this exchange, but he makes some good points as well. Two things can happen at the same time. Let's go over here. Soapbox Heroes caller, you are on the line. What's on your mind this Friday evening?
Hello, Tyrone. This is Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany, how are you? Look, you done moved from the YouTube streets to the phone. How are you, Tiffany?
I'm all over here, now. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad that you called. I'm better that you called. I'll be looking over here sometimes. It'd be months at a time. I say, where's Tiffany? It's so lonely over here.
My cousin is on dialysis and stuff. She's been having surgeries and back and forth in the hospital. She tested for coronavirus. She's negative both times. So praise God for that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Taking care of my cousins, and my uncle is disabled. I've been taking care of him and just taking care of the house and running back and forth.
Okay. What's on your mind, Tiffany? And I'm glad you called, and I hope that everything is going wonderful aside that and things get better. But what's on your mind?
Nothing. What you want to talk about? We're not talking about baby daddy still.
We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. These masks. What do you think about the masks?
Yeah, I want to talk about the mask. I don't know if, they said so much stuff. Like, first they said masks aren't good. Then they said wear a mask. And then they said, a bunch of nothing. They said so much and said nothing.
Right. And then we see the grandstanding where people are wearing masks when they obviously don't need it. Then it makes you say, well, are you guys like overemphasizing now? You see a person standing in the middle of a football field alone wearing a mask. What's going on, Tiffany?
Yeah, I see people down in their car by themselves.
Masked up.
And are there ghosts that I can't see who's in there?
Goes to COVID pass.
Is the coronavirus in the back? Like,
oh man,
there's so much, and then they keep having all these trials and trials and trials. Now, aren't we paying for it to go up there?
Yeah, we definitely are.
Okay, so the American people are paying for these grown kids to sit up in a room. They're not supposed to do this. And then did you see the other day they got yelled at for not putting their mask on? Put your mask on, put your mask on.
Yeah.
Sir, you didn't even have your mask on while you telling everybody else
to put their mask on. Right. Or look, what about this? Out here, I'm in Houston. Throughout this, you could go to a restaurant and they're going to say, hey, you can't come in without a mask. Now you walk 5 feet into the restaurant, you can take your mask off. What difference did it make in the first place to walk in with the mask if you could walk 5 feet and take off the mask?
So the coronavirus is every 5 feet?
Or the coronavirus just dies past the hostess table. You walk past the hostess, it just dies right there and there. And I find it funny. Hey, look, I went the other day, Tiffany. A few of my buddies were smoking some cigars, and they called me, come on down. So I go down, and I walk in, and I have my mask on. Somebody else walks in behind me. He didn't have his mask on. They stop him at the door. You can't come in here without a mask. You can't come in here without a mask. And the guy that's saying it, he's wearing a do-rag around his face. And as he's yelling it, the air is blowing the do-rag up. He don't have on the mask, but yours is useless. Right.
That's how I feel. That's the same way I feel. But I don't know, like for right now, the crazy world that we're living in, and we are living in it, it's like a movie, but we are living in it. Like, I don't know what's the truth. Well, I do know, and hopefully everyone will. But like with them, just like they keep lying and lying and lying and lying, and it's right in our face.
Yeah.
See, some people can't see.
Right.
But like, I'm just ready for all this to be over with.
Right. And I think, and my position on it is this: I'm not mad at anybody for their decision, because we have been lied to and manipulated so much, even by people that they are saying to trust. And so it's like, well, you trust them when they're lying, you trust them when they're not lying, or well, we never know when they're not lying, but we also don't know what to trust when we've seen the manipulation. And my thing is why people act like they don't recognize it. It's there. We see it.
Fortunately, in our world today, we do have sheeple.
Sheep.
Anything and go for anything. Oh, it was on the news. It must be right. It was, I heard it on the radio. It must be true.
Unless it's us, then he lying.
If we all would just do our own research and search and actually figure this stuff out for ourselves, we can see who's lying and who's telling the truth. Who's got people over here in other countries that they're working with and who's in our face telling lies. You know, we can see that.
Right.
Everything that they tell us, we can't just take it and go with it. We have to take it with a grain of salt and go research it for ourselves.
Well, Tiffany, historically, we've been lied to every single day of our lives. I would like somebody to tell me one day they've woken up in their life. I don't care how old you are. And the government or the media didn't lie to you that day. I want to hear anybody tell me if they over 1 day old. I mean, you can't even be over 1 day old. You got to be like an hour. But after you 1 day old, you've been lied to by the government and the media willingly. And so why are we so willingly believing hook, line, and sinker everything that these same people are saying now without doing no research? And anybody who says the opposing is being blocked, being banned, being called crazy. There's something to that. And again, and Tiffany, I'm not telling nobody not to wear a mask. I'm just saying, like, what's really going on with it? It seems strange. Let me last word, Tiffany. We almost out of time.
Well, I was just gonna say, all the lies that I'm hearing are coming from the people that my mama told me to trust and my mama told me to vote for. Even though I asked her, why do I have to vote Democrat? Why are we voting Democrat? And she said, it's because what my mama did. It's because what my daddy did. We always voted Democrat. But I'm 39 years old. And what have the Democrats done? Where am I at right now?
Lie.
Right now, what have I been doing?
Right. I don't.
But at the same time, it's not helping me.
And a lot of the exact same problem persists.
And Trump is the only one, to me, that you said, tell me a day when you woke up and somebody told the truth. Trump, to me, is the only one that has been telling the truth. And I've researched and I've looked up and I just, your other caller said I'm a racist, and I just found out I'm a racist.
Well, look, there's something that was interesting real quick, Tiffany. The other day, what I do is I listen to all the speeches, well, much as I can, because I don't like the way that things are chopped up. And there's something that I'm remiss that I didn't see in the media. We always talk about how politicians will never directly address the problems of Aboriginal. Never. Donald Trump said, he said African Americans have had a raw deal. They have not been treated fair in America. And then they pushed back. He said, African Americans and Latinos. He didn't say, everybody or minority. He specifically said African Americans. We should be celebrating that. The fact that somebody would be willing to honestly just say it, but we not. Right.
In front of the fake news and the media and whoever, he said it out loud for us. If nobody don't see that, maybe they didn't see that.
They don't see it. They don't show it, Tiffany. They don't show it.
They don't show all the wonderful and great things that he has done. He has really done a lot. And if people would do their research and actually, and just take, okay, you don't like him. Okay, he's an orange man. Okay, who cares? I'm a black 39-year-old female, and I feel like he cares. Yes, he lied, but the lies that he told, you will find out. He told the lies to get the deceptors and the deceivers to basically tell on themselves, and that's what everybody's doing now. Everybody's telling on themselves all this stuff that they said they were going to do for us that they haven't done. Trump is actually doing it for us, slowly but surely. He's getting a lot of pushback. It's been hard the whole time he's been doing it, but he's doing it. And says he's doing the best. He is doing the best with everything pushed on him. I still have faith that he's going to do it.
Well, see, now, Tiffany, now he be lying too. And the thing that bothers me too about Donald Trump right now going on in the United States, the only thing that to slash is money from poor people. You never hear the word slash come with corporations. Slash is always about them poor people when it comes down to the plus up on the extra money on the unemployment. Oh, well, people are making more money at home than they are working. Okay, let's say that's true. But let's hold that same sentiment to the corporations who are getting way more money than they deserve, and they just coasting on easy street as well. That's what bothers me about him is he is completely corporatist. He is completely about one percenters, and he proves it. He proves it. And that's something that's going on with the Republican and the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party will act like they care, but they don't. Look, this is Tiffany, they doing this. They're talking about, extending this, extending that. But they were talking about we might be on lockdown for coronavirus past November. So why the hell why do they keep writing these short-term stopgap policies? Just to keep an argument.
From my research, Trump has come up with 4 plans, and the Democrats have come up with 0 plans. So
yeah, they're just gonna point. They're just gonna point and say bad, and then they're gonna offer like $500 more and be like, "Look what we did."
Well, no, I heard the other day. I heard it was going down to 200.
Yeah, well, the plus up is going to come from 600 to 200, but the Democrats are saying they want to keep it at 600. I think they're going to try to, come somewhere in the middle. But what I'm saying is, why weren't the Democrats proposing things a long time ago? Why was the CARES Act only a stopgap measure for a couple of weeks? They knew that people were going to be out of work. They know that foreclosures are going to be at a record high, they say, coming up here by the end of August. They know that, but they only want to rectify 1 week at a time, but then go on vacation for a month.
Yeah, I understand that.
They be joking. They joking.
There's a lot of bad, evil, sadistic, nasty, foul people over there.
Very. On both sides.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can say on both sides, but there's more on the Democratic side, and we're gonna start seeing like all this year we've seen a lot of stuff come out, but there's more to come, and there's more to come out, and a lot of people that have uplooks and celebrity superstars, Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter.
You're gonna find out they full of it.
This is Trump saying he was going to drain the swamp, and that's what we're doing. We're getting rid of all the bad, and we're gonna. But you're gonna see.
We're gonna see. I think it's going to be very interesting, and I'll be honest with you too. I think that evil lives in both parties, and I think the difference is I think Republicans are very, very much for the 1% outright in your face. Democrats do the same thing. It's just more behind your back. I think what Democrats are trying to do, they're trying to make things that are traditionally looked at as wrong as right. And I think that's the battle with them. It's a battle of wedge issues, abortion, LGBTQ. Should I, Tyrone, be forced to call a guy that I know is Kevin? Should I be forced to call him Christina? You see what I'm saying? So those are the things we're gonna see. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm not with I have 2 girls and a boy. I'm not with I'm like.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I wasn't raised like that. I love everybody. I love everybody. But I wasn't raised like that. And I'm not going to have your son in the bathroom with my child at school.
Right.
I'm not sending my kids back to school this year, but.
Right. In general. Right.
I'm not going for it. If I go out, I'm going to let my daughter go to the bathroom and I don't know who's in there. It might be a grown man. I don't know. And the way the world is going, back in the day, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 81.
Me too.
Back in the day, we had bulldaggers and pumps. And I don't know. I'm so sorry. We can't say that anymore. Everybody's so ooh. I can't say that anymore. But I'm so sorry. I'm an 80s baby. And that's what we call them, and that's the truth of the matter. And if you don't like it, I'm so sorry. That's why I don't got that many friends.
Well, and this is what I noticed as well. You may not be able to say that, but they can say anything they want about you. Anything. And that is what we are moving to. And like I said, I see plenty of evil in both parties. When it comes to the Republicans, they are about self. They're about 1%ers. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps if you're anybody else. What Democrats are trying to do, like if you in like going to church and believing in God and all that, and I know people are going to say, Tyrone, that's out there. Research it and think about it for yourself. Just research it.
That's the research. Don't nobody care who's getting mad. Don't nobody care who's putting their lip out. You have to do your own. If you don't believe me and you say, oh my gosh, she's a black woman. Oh my gosh, yes. You don't have to believe me. I love you anyway. And I'm trying to help you anyway.
Right.
Research if you don't want to hear what I got to say, if you don't believe anything I'm saying, if you don't believe anything that you've heard me say, period. Do your own research. God gave us 2 eyes and 2 ears and 2 hands. We can do it by ourselves. Don't need anybody to help you research. You don't have to listen to what the news tells you. Do your own research. That's the way you will find the truth.
I 100% agree with you. Hey, Tiffany, thank you for calling. And call again, but stay in the streets, in the tube streets, but call again. I like talking to you. That was refreshing.
I will. My boyfriend was just looking for who you talking to.
Tell him I said what's happening. Tell him to call in too. Jump in on the streets. And look, tell him we're not going to talk about baby daddies and baby mamas every day, just sometime.
And he gonna be all right, like I tell everybody else. You gotta get out my face if you want to hear the truth. I said I'm on the phone with Tyrone.
All right, Tiffany, thank you for calling. I appreciate you. I love you as well, and I wish your people the best too as well. Absolutely. All right. That was Tiffany. Thank you for calling. And see, this is the thing. I don't get mad at people that like Donald Trump. I don't get mad at people that like Donald Trump. I do believe that people should be able to make decisions for themselves. And so when I see this, everybody want to be mad because somebody likes somebody in certain, it kind of makes me like strange. We are supposed to have differences of opinion. We are supposed to have, things that aren't always, congruent with everyone else's thought. That's what makes the world go round. But look, I'm going to play a little bit of this with Dr. Fauci. We got 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. We're not even that long. And then we're going to end it with the wise words of wisdom. But I think that there are some gems in here. And I think the bad part about it is people aren't going to listen to it because it's Jim Jordan. A lot of black people aren't going to listen to it because it's a Republican asking Dr. Fauci questions. And again, I don't like Jim Jordan. I think that he's a grandstander, but I think Dr. Fauci, he acquiesces to political power for one side as well. He's been caught. All right. And so look, we're gonna take some time and we're gonna listen to this. No, Tiffany, you didn't take it. No, you didn't take no time. We started late today. So no, you are fine. That was great. So we're gonna go over here and let's listen to a little bit of Dr. Fauci. And again, you guys, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you guys not to listen to nobody. I'm not telling you to listen to somebody. I agree. Do your own research. Do your own due diligence. But I just want you to listen to this because I do feel like when it comes to the coronavirus, mask, and different rules, I do feel like they're very hypocritical and they're not very stable at all. What's good for the goose isn't always good for the gander. Let's listen to this for a minute or two.
Mr. Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Fauci, do protests increase the spread of the virus?
And look, off top, Dr. Fauci had his, nobody's around him really. There's a lady sitting behind him. You got cameraman, but he was sitting there. Now, this wasn't the very first second of the hearing. He had already been sitting there with a mask for a while. And now when he asked the question, Dr. Fauci takes his Washington Nationals mask off. So why was he sitting there with the mask on in the first place? That's what I be thinking. Like, what are we doing?
Do protests increase the spread of the virus? I think I can make a general statement.
Well, 500,000 protesters on June 6th alone. Yeah. I'm just asking that number of people. Does it increase the spread of the virus?
Crowding together, particularly when you're not wearing a mask, contributes to the spread of the virus.
You notice, don't just say yes or no. He's asking, he says, well, what is it, 60,000, whatever, 500,000 or whatever he said on June 6th. He's asking, do these protests spread the virus? And Dr. Fauci won't just say yes or no. Well, large crowds with people not wearing masks spreads the virus. Now, I've been in the protests and I know people be like, well, people are wearing masks, but people, it's summertime. You're sweating, you're hot. You pull a mask down to drink water. You pull a mask down to eat. You pull a mask down to talk. You pull the mask down to yell. I have pictures. I look at the pictures and I'm seeing who all is wearing a mask and who's wearing it properly. Most of the people aren't wearing the mask properly and they're not wearing it the whole length of the protest. If you're at a protest for 3-4 hours, people aren't wearing their mask the whole time. And people that are saying that, they're lying. They're lying.
You limit the protesting?
I'm not sure what you mean. How do we say limit the protesting?
Does the government limit the protesting?
I don't think that's relevant to.
Well, you just said that it increases the spread of the virus. I'm just asking, should we limit it?
Well, I'm not in a position to determine what the government can do in a forceful way.
And Jim Jordan, what he is doing right here, he is grandstanding because he is trying to display that the protests are bad for the country. But he's trying to display that while talking to Dr. Fauci about and mask. So he is doing some grandstanding here. But some of the questions he's asking are very valid. And let's see if Dr. Fauci gives him a cogent answer.
Kinds of recommendations. You make comments on dating, on baseball, and everything you can imagine. I'm just asking you. Just said that protests increase the spread. I'm just asking you, should we try to limit the protests?
No, I think I would leave that to people who have more of a position to do that.
Government stopping people from going to church, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
Last week in the Calvary Chapel case, 5 liberals on the Supreme Court said it was okay for Nevada to limit church services. Justice Gorsuch said it best. He said, "There's no world in which the Constitution permits Nevada to favor Caesar's Palace over Calvary Chapel."
Caesar's Palace over Calvary Chapel. So Caesar Palace is open, but you can't go to church. And again, he's asking Dr. Fauci, and he is grandstanding again because he's trying to make a point further than what he's talking to Dr. Fauci about. But Dr. Fauci has weighed in and gave recommendations on other things. But he don't want to give a recommendation on the protesting because it's not politically advantageous for one side right now. So I do see him playing sides when it comes down to his answers about the coronavirus, because Jim Jordan was actually right about that. He has given recommendations about other things, but he don't want to say nothing directly about the protests. He don't want to talk about that. He don't want to go there. And yes, Jim Jordan is grandstanding as well. But he's asking good questions in the middle of the grandstanding.
Well, I'm just asking, is there a world where the Constitution says you can favor one First Amendment liberty, protesting, over another, practicing your faith?
I'm not favoring anybody over anybody. I'm just making a statement that's a broad statement that avoid crowds of any type, no matter where you are, because that leads to the acquisition and transmission. And I don't judge.
See, like he's going around and about it. He says, stay away from large groups, stay away because that, spreads transmission. So why won't he just say yes? Protest spread COVID. You get a lot of people. He does not want to speak directly to the protest. He is tap dancing, whoo baby, tap dancing around talks of the protest. Now, but he's essentially saying, yes, Jim Jordan, it does cause a spread. But again, that's why a lot of people are getting so frustrated because, it was Spivey called in and said common sense. My common sense tells me that a protest, would you say a peaceful protest or non or whatever you want to call it, but when you have hundreds or thousands of people gathered together, that is just as dangerous as going to church. One thing is permitted and the other one isn't. Why? Why does that? Okay, we're talking sense. In your common sense, how does that make any sense? How? And people are going to say because people are passionate about protests, you're passionate about, things that are going on in the country as far as Black people. And I'm very passionate about those things too. But I also know people who are very, very, very passionate about their Lord, about church, about their relationship with God and attending the service. All right. So people can be passionate about different things, but one passion outweighs another. But Dr. Fauci, he will not just say, yes, protesting spreads the transmission. But what he will say is large crowds do. But ask yourself, why won't he just say yes to the protest? Let's play a little bit more and we're going to get to the wise words of wisdom.
One crowd versus another crowd. When you're in a crowd, particularly if you're not wearing a mask, that induces
it's a simple question, doctor. Should we limit the protest? Government is obviously limiting people going to church. And look, there's been no violence that I can see at church. I haven't seen people during a church service go out and harm police officers or burn buildings. But we know that, for 63 days, 9 weeks, it's been happening.
Right. Yeah.
Well, one night in Chicago, 49 officers were injured, but no limit to protest. But boy, you can't go to church on Sunday.
I don't know how many.
And what Jim Jordan is doing is he's making this a Dr. Fauci issue. Now, Dr. Fauci wasn't the one that limited church or said to protest. He does give guidance on what people should do. But on this particular, not going to say nothing about them protests. Now, when we look at the political arena, who's pushing the protest? They're pushing the protest, but they're telling you not to go to church. What's the difference? A large gathering is a large gathering. Dr. Fauci says it himself, but he won't say it specifically. But then you wonder, why are people so confused or non-believing of certain things? Is because some people don't like tap dancers because they're hard to believe.
Times I can answer that. I'm not going to opine on limiting anything. I'm just going to tell you.
You've opined on a lot of things, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, but I've never.
This is something that directly impacts the spread of the virus, and I'm asking your position on the protest.
Yeah, I'm not going to opine on limiting anything. I'm telling you what it is, the danger, and you can make your own conclusion about that. You should stay away from crowds, no matter where the crowds are.
Government is.
You should stay away from crowds no matter where the crowds are. So he's saying it, but he won't say it. Let's go over here, you guys. Wise words of wisdom. Dad, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Everything going good.
Yeah, everything's going good. I'm glad that you called in. It's wonderful. It's the end of the week. We're going to go ahead and get to the wise words of wisdom. What do you think about this? Let me ask you real quick about the mask. What do you think? Do you think that they're being accurate? Do you think that it's being underplayed? What do you think real quick?
I think from one that's been using the N95 mask since they came out, you know, professionally in the business that I do, in the construction business. And I heard what you said earlier about stuff. I think there is a sham. They don't work like they say they do, because I've been using the best mask available is the N95, and we in the industry can't buy any at this point. So I think by them saying that it has raised the price of the N95, they have more than doubled. At the beginning of the pandemic, they had went up 7 times the cost, and they were suddenly unavailable and only available to the medical industry. And, you know, I think it's mostly about the money, and the virus is way smaller than paint or dust from sanding and stuff that they use the best mask. I'm talking about what the medical industry has said the best mask is the N95, which is better than the surgical mask. They're better than a piece of cotton cloth, or they're better than anything that you can make at home other than using the same materials that are in the N95. Mm-hmm. I think it's a twofold thing. It's a thing about the money, and it's a thing of fear mongering. As long as they can scare people and keep it alive longer politically, the better it is for the politicians, and the better it is for the people that are selling the mask.
And you know,
as consumers, because just like you said earlier, everything goes through the best mask available. So, and it's a known fact that a virus is way smaller and tinier than dust and paint and stuff that gets through the N95. Mm-hmm. The N95 is not stopping this stuff. This mask that people are wearing every day, come on, man.
Yeah, and I grew up, I go to work with you. I've worn masks for years, off and on during different things, and not only on inhaling, but exhaling too. You can cough, see some of your spit come through the mask.
Here's something that a lot of people are not paying attention to. When you wear a cotton mask, or a lot of these masks that are decorative that they're making and then selling them with the team logos or whatever they have on them, when you breathe in that mask for 5 minutes and it gets the moisture from your mouth in that mask, now the air got to go around the moisture, because it's not going to go through the cloth as much because it has moisture on it from you breathing. So naturally, now the air is going to go around the air around it. It's going to start going in the crevices of where it can get in that doesn't have moisture. So what that does is you're going to start inhaling all those other particles, and they're going to get in anyway because that has moisture on it. It takes 5 minutes to get the moisture in that mask. And believe me, this is not something I'm just talking, that's something I read. This is something that I experience every day in the industry for 38 years. So that's what I'm talking about from a level of using the best mask. I'm talking about the N95, the one that they saying is the best. So all the stuff that people are making at home, the ones that you're buying for $15 with the team logo, that stuff is not working as good as the N95.
That's like putting 2 T-shirts over your face.
Yeah. Come on, man. If you could go from somebody and they're coughing and they're sneezing away from you, they're using their elbow, they jacket, whatever they can, and you could get sick 7 or 8 tables from them, but you're catching a common cold, it's not deadly. So you telling me that this mask can stop you from getting a cold? Come on. People need to use their own mind to decide what's good for you. The best thing is to just stay away from people if you're trying to
back up
or
Right. Let me ask you this real quick. I've heard a lot about masks. I've heard a lot about here. You guys sit down and wait for the vaccine. And when it comes, it's not going to be that tested. We're going to rush through it, but take it anyway, right? So they're pushing vaccine. They're talking about masks. When have you heard any of these experts or public health experts or people's favorite person on the media talk about vitamins and natural things to boost your immune system in this time? Have you heard that?
A little bit, but not from the people that you need to hear it from. We need to hear this from talking nationally. From Dr. Fauci, from CNN, from Fox, from CBS, from all these other major conglomerates that are delivering the news. They won't say it, but you will hear it from your local doctor. You will hear it from these people, that really care about their patient. So it's out there. The information is there. But what the mistake people are making is they're not listening to their grandma. Okay? They're not listening to.
Well, what they've done is they've scared the hell out of everybody's grandmama.
Yeah. But look, your grandparents out there, all you moms and all you people that got these concoctions that that work, keep telling your people that you love because that stuff works. It's not going to stop working because someone else is trying to tell you to wear a mask and to buy a vaccine when it comes out. So that stuff still works. So what I'm saying is what people should do is still listen to the people that love you, that's telling you what works for them. And here's an example. Haven't you known somebody that got a flu vaccine shot? A flu shot is a vaccine. Haven't you known somebody that got a flu shot that still got sick?
All the time.
People aren't using their mind. The virus is not going to go away. Okay, it's here to stay. So society has to get used to dealing with it and stop being so afraid to do things that work. Vitamin C works. Echinacea works. There's a lot of other stuff that's out there that works that builds your immune system. Exercise builds your immune system. Sorry.
Right.
Shot of orange juice that you usually don't take. Do those things that is healthy for you. And that's what I'm trying to convince people to do. Listen to your grandparents, the people that taught you how to eat your vegetables, and do the right thing. Get the proper amount of sleep. Okay? Of course you're gonna get sick and you're gonna be more vulnerable if you're out there staying up all night. You're not eating right. Your diet is poor. Yeah, your immune system is low.
Well, see, that's my question. I'm wondering why the preventative measures and the things that it would take to maybe, to recover faster are not being widely pushed as masks. Because once you get it, what's the mask gonna do? But I'm reading here, Tiffany says, I've been using turmeric and ground ginger in my food also. She also says, if you can, add in vitamins and minerals. But these are the things that we've heard for forever growing up. And these are the things that we know from the earth that work, but they're not pushing none of that. They're saying stay at home, and you may die of obesity because we're not encouraging you to go exercise, but just stay at home and wear a mask. That's it.
I can answer that. These people aren't going to tell you about these vitamins, about all these other stuff that work, because that's not what they're selling. They're selling masks, okay? So that's what they're telling you about. They're going to be selling the vaccine. Do you know how many people are there? There's 200 companies that are active trying to develop this vaccine.
Big money.
And believe me, it's a competition for the money. So they don't want you to get well. They want you to sell you something. Okay, they want to keep you scared long enough so you'll buy the product when it gets done. So if everybody they start figuring out how to take care of themselves and all of that, they're not going to be buying into those products when they get ready. So people ought to think the opposite of what. Think about it. If I want to sell you some gas, I'm not going to tell you about grass.
Absolutely not.
About gas. So it's the same thing. The same thing with this. They want to sell a vaccine, but they're not going to tell you about vitamins.
Whoa, all right. And you know what? I concur. And again, look, we are not doctors. I'm not telling you what to do, how to do it, but you wear your mask. Wear your mask, but do your research and use some critical thinking, because there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of manipulation and there's a lot at stake. And I know people sometimes, people get mad at me because I have a date for the ending of the panic of coronavirus. November 3rd, it's going to start tailing down. And then November, October,
Yeah, November 3rd is the day after the election.
Bam, there you go.
Well, I think there's a direct correlation with that also.
Yeah, and then also the winter schools are going to start opening up in like January, because they have to let it die down. So the news is going to be, we have a new president, blah, 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 blah. And at the same time, well, coronavirus is here. We're going to have to start living with it. And, and when are they talking about opening schools? You guys, is it like January? Do the math. You got to give it time to die down and say, all right, we good. But hey, look at all the projections of when things should open up and go back to normal. They're talking about January. So that means November 3rd, I believe, and I'll find out if I'm wrong. I'm sure plenty of people will tell me. But we'll see. I think November 3rd, it starts dying down in America, and we might have to figure out how to live with it. But hey, man, let's go ahead and get this wise words of wisdom. You guys, look, this was Soapbox Heroes. I came 3 times this week. I'm doing so much, but we trying to get it done. I love being here, love sitting here talking to you guys. I'm going to see you guys next week. That's the last thing I have to say. Take it away, Pops.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to end with an acronym. I'm going to end with an acronym after I do the wise word of wisdom. In every loss, there is something positive. We can choose to accept the negative part of a loss, and choose to expound on the positive. The choice is ours. Let's not let our situation and or our circumstances choose for us how we consider our choices after the loss. And the acronym for this week is HYB. Handle your business. This has been Wise Words of Wisdom on Soapbox Heroes, KCOH 12, The Source.
All right, y'all. Thank you for calling in, Tiffany. I appreciate it. No, we're not doctors. We're smart people. All right, y'all. I'm going to check you guys out. I'll probably pop in on the weekend and do some stuff.